Backstage.
We're back.
And we're back.
We are back. Damien Gendron, and you're watching Backstage-Vancouver. Vancouver. I've got Bob Garlick and JD here from Crazy TV. Crazy Talk?
Crazy TV Talk.
Crazy TV Talk.
You gotta be crazy.
Oh, man. Yeah, we've been trying to get you guys here for a while. You're just busy. You're just in.
Yeah, we got stuff to do.
I know.
Places to go, things to drink.
Tell us a little bit, for those that don't know, tell us a little bit about your show. What's it about? What the heck are you doing?
I think that's one for you because you kind of do the intro to the show.
Yeah, for us, Crazy TV Talk is a way to help fans of television, web series, to find good content, to know what to spend their time on watching and what not to waste their time on. There is a super glut, a super amount of creativity, and a super amount of television out there, and we don't have time anymore. We can't disseminate what platform to use, where to get it, how to get it, and we talk about the best places to find it, the most original content, some content that you may have missed, some shows that could be 5, 10 years old, some series, web series is really new and fantastic. So it's been really great for us to really expose people to a lot of the things that they miss because of their busy lives. Yeah.
Right, and you love independent stuff, local.
No, I think
No?
we like good stuff. I mean,
Okay.
the premise, like you were saying, is like there's so much crap out there, and we don't have any time. So our thing is we're going to watch the stuff. If we find something that's crappy, we won't talk about it on the show. We just try and talk about excellent content,
Okay.
excellent shows. So when you turn on or decide to invest, like you're talking about investing time, you invest 5, 10, 15 hours in a series, you've got to love that series. You're going to go in there and watch maybe 1, 2, 3 hours. So it's a 3-hour investment to decide whether it's going to be worth watching. So we're doing that for you. You can listen to the show and say, hey, wow, that sounds like an awesome show. We should check it out.
Yeah.
Plus, we're TV addicts. I mean, I hate saying we're TV too. We're content addicts for great content.
Yeah.
So I watch way too much, and I run out of stuff. So for me, I discover shows that maybe I want to watch it, and then JD said, oh no, you gotta watch it for these reasons, and then I'll rewatch it and really understand it a little bit better, or watch it enough to read it. So for me, the show has value as well.
Yeah, and for me, I do like to talk about, I totally agree with Bob that the disseminator is not local or non-local, it's good.
Right.
We have found in the last year and a half that we've been working together on it, there's an amazing amount of good local product, which is great.
Right.
But it's really about finding great television versus just okay or good. And the other thing is new technology.
Yep.
We're huge fans of new ways to get people the content when they want it, how they want it, in whatever way they want to conceive of it. And it's because of that time and that effort. They shouldn't have to waste their time looking for it. They shouldn't have to waste their time with something that sucks. So part of it is we're kind of doing it for ourselves, kind of selfishly at the same time.
Absolutely. I mean, we're passionate about it. I mean, we'll call each other, and we're like 15, 20 minutes into the telephone conversation. Damn it, we should have recorded this. This would have been a great show.
This would have been a great show.
So, that I think, anybody wants to even start a podcast, because I do a lot of podcasts, you got to be passionate about it. You got to want to talk about that subject matter, and then that's a good subject for you to talk about continually on your podcast, because it's not about doing one show or 3 shows or 10 shows or 15 shows. Like, how many episodes do we have now? Like, 80, 90?
We're coming up on 92.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
92 hours. Actually, more than 92 hours, because some shows are long.
Yeah.
Like an hour. We did a couple of 2-hour shows.
Yeah, we do a couple of live ones, and those are pushing 2 hours, 2:20 on a couple of them. But average is about an hour.
Now, what are people going to see? How is it structured? Like,
Well, we have done structured shows, and we've got several types of shows.
Yeah.
So I'll touch on one, you can touch on some of the others.
Yeah.
We do this thing, which is Google Hangouts. If you don't have Google Plus, get it. If you haven't done a Google Hangout, do it. But basically, it enables you to have up to 9 people in a video conference, kind of like Skype on steroids. And we invite a bunch of people in, and we'll say, hey, we're going to be talking about Continuum. And
Favorites.
Oh, one of our
Awesome.
favorites. Yeah, shot here in Vancouver.
Yeah.
And basically, we invite them in. Sometimes we get 4, 5, 6, 7 people turn up, and then we'll have a series of questions, or it'll just be we'll have a series of shows we're going to talk about. And some people haven't seen the shows, some people have seen the shows, some people like the shows, some people don't like the shows. So that's kind of like an open forum style. And that's a lot of fun because we learn stuff, and as a person's talking, describing it, they'll say, "Oh, just like this show." I go, "What? I've never heard of that show." And we get really excited. Oh, and I'll be writing it down. Sometimes we have people that have never been on the show that come to that hangout, and they'll be in, and they'll say, "Hey, you don't have to talk, just listen," and then they start getting involved. And then you'll notice they're writing down shows. And after we turn off the show and are doing the post-show chat, I would say 90% of the time, people say, "I've got to check out the show. This sounds like an amazing show." And for us, that's what it's all about. So that's one of our more interesting forms.
Let me interrupt here and just make it very clear. So these people don't have to get in their car and come to your studio to do this. They can do it from the comfort of their home.
Well, it's like Skype.
Yeah. So they're in front of their webcam, and the software in the Hangouts deals with all the connecting and all that, and they'll see you and you guys and interacting like a Skype situation.
Yeah, well, it'll be me and JD and the other 5 people. Whoever speaks, they automatically get cut to big. The other thing that's interesting is it'll automatically records to YouTube. You do Hangout on Airs, and that'll record to our YouTube channel. So if you want to watch one of these, just go to Crazy TV Talk, go to some of our back shows, and you'll be able to see sometimes we'll embed a YouTube video. And that's just a recording of a Skype. Hangout.
Okay.
So what's another format we do?
Well, we basically run a 3-format type of show. Besides the Hangouts, where we have group Hangouts, and most of those are done live through Hangouts, or we'll record them and they'll show up in YouTube. So you can always find us there as well. The other 2 formats we do is the Bob and Jay Dean shows, which is just him and us. We'll talk for, send like 2 emails, and we'll just set a date. We're going to record Sunday.
So him and us, so there's more of you in there?
No, just me and Bob.
Oh, okay. I thought you had different personalities.
No, him and I.
I have different personalities. I have my sober personality, and I get, oh my God, I'm drunk again personality.
Okay.
You know, other than that, you know, and it's you with T and no T, so that's the difference.
Yeah, and what's in the tea?
Yeah, right.
Okay, so for us in that second format, it's really for Bob and I, and we're high critics, right? So what happens when you're in a group dynamic is the dynamic completely changes, and you have to give everybody their time to speak and share their opinion. Well, Bob and I, we can go at it pretty hard and fast because we're okay to say to each other, "No, I think it's shit." Like, I hear what you're saying. I know I'm supposed to like this. I don't like it at all.
Yeah.
But and can totally disagree or can totally compare it to something else, and really do it on the fly. And we'll have the Bob and Jay Dean shows. Sometimes we'll get as many as 12 different series covered.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes we'll slow down and take 4 or 5, but I think our average is 8 or 10 series. And those are just a tight hour. We go back and forth, we introduce the show, we give our opinions, we give a review of it in terms of a rating, and we tell people to check it out or to don't even waste your time.
Right.
And then the last format we do, which is kind of my favorites because it's
he invented it.
It's the interview format. And what it is we found that everybody's interested. I find that everybody has a story to tell. Everybody has an angle on them that is interesting. So whether they work in the film industry or not, or whether they're an artist or not, we like to interview people who are interesting. And everybody you interview in this world watches television at some point in their life and can tell you a television show they like. So it's an hour-long format. For the first half hour, we interview them. They tell us about what the projects they're working on, who they are, where they grew up, wherever the interview takes us. We don't try and box it in any way, shape, or form.
Mm-hmm.
And then the last half hour, we just talk about television.
Right.
In terms of the delivery, it's at our blog, crazytvtalk.com, and iTunes, and Stitcher,
What's our Twitter
and
account
at Crazy TV Talk. At our Facebook page as well, and we want ideas. We want people to come to us and say, "You know, it's a show that you've never mentioned. This show, you guys need to talk about."
Yeah.
They want to come on and do a live hangout with us. We really love that. We've had a few people come on who were just listeners, and they just showed up and started participating.
And not just like Vancouver, we've had people from all over the States come on. We had a guy from New York, we had Roberto, he's down in Washington.
I'd like to know a little bit more about how this got started. The history of how, who thought what, and were you always doing it in this way? For maybe someone else who's interested and they've got a niche that they'd like to talk about, but haven't even got a clue where they'd even begin.
Okay, so Podcast 101. You can spend as little as $50. You can spend as much as $5,000 setting up a podcast, and I'm recommending going for $50 to begin with. Really, all you need is a computer, a headset with a mic. That's what $50 is, and you're done. You just do it through Skype or Hangout and you record it. That's it. Now, there's a bunch of technical stuff you can get into, but at the end of the day, that's all you need to do. To make it a real podcast, it has to be distributed through an RSS feed, but that's just middling technical stuff. Really distribute it however you want to. The way that Crazy TV Talk started, I've done several podcasts, and I'm passionate about TV and content. So I've always wanted to do a show on it, and I was doing this other podcast called The Bunker Show, and on The Bunker Show we had people communicating.
Yeah.
But before you did, Marcel came in, and he's a wonderful guy, and he did a movie blog, and he was going to go watch a movie every day and write about it. So he was passionate about it. So I hooked up with him and said, dude, we've got to do a show. You've got the same attitude. You love movies. You're going to love TV. And they're, oh, yeah, I'm crazy about TV. I love this and that and the other thing. What was interesting about him is, like, I don't really like reality shows, and he loved reality shows. So that's how we started Crazy TV Talk. And the way we did it, funny enough, was we decided to cover Breaking Bad, and we did one season a week. So we rewatched the whole of Breaking Bad up to season 5. Oh, it was crazy, dude. With a set of questions. And we did it, and that's how we started the show. So we looked at our first people way back. You have to go to crazytvtalk.com, because on iTunes you only get the last 50 shows. Go back there, and you'll see it. It's like season 1, 2, 3, 4, and then season 5. Was it only 5-season series? I think it was 5 seasons.
Yeah,
Anyways, we ran out of seasons, so
5B.
yeah, and then we did Rome, and then Deadwood, and a bunch of other shows. So that's how it got started. And then Marcel and I did it for a whole pile of shows, and he got burned out, busy at work, and he wanted to do another type of podcast. So we put the show on hold, and then about a month and a half later, I ran into you and said, hey, you want to become my new co-host?
Yeah.
Voila.
What's the future? If you got it, like, what's the next few shows that you can think of?
CBS right now. $38 million budget for season. But we turned them down because we want that homegrown feeling.
Yeah. You guys in a row. So, we've got a sitcom coming out next year. Yeah. Crazy TV Talk.
The sitcom, yeah.
Oddfellows and the TV.
So, JD, can you pick an episode just off the top of your head that stood out and that, you think is one of your favorite?
Or a show. We got a show that you can cover in an episode. That would be good.
Yeah, I think, well, you know what? I'm really proud of what we did with the Continuum podcasts. And not just what we achieved in terms of the dynamic of the people we got there, the quality of the questions, the consistency that we did, but the way we did it in the schedule and the way we designed it, really, really I'm proud of. The fact of when you watch one episode of a show and you break it all down, I think it's fine, but when you have a sophisticated, intelligent show like something like Continuum, you need to watch 3 episodes before you really understand the scope of it. And that's what we did, and to me, I'm super proud of what we did there. And all live and interactive, it was a lot of fun.